Sony A7V comes with two memory card slots, but unlike the rest of the current Sony cameras, these two slots are not identical slots, because we still have one slot that is both SD cards and the CF Type A cards, and the second slot that is SD cards only. And that matters. And it also makes a big difference for what I personally recommend to photographers. And yes, this guide is specifically for photographers, not videographers. So let's get right into it. Should you even bother getting these expensive CFexpress Type A cards for Sony A7V? Since recently memory cards prices are crazy. So first of all, with CFexpress Type A cards, we have two different versions of the card. We have version 2.0 and version 4.0. But by looking at them, you can't really tell which one is which. They look identical. To tell a difference, you need to look at the speeds that are claimed by the manufacturer. So version 4.0 cards are faster. These are up to 2 gigabytes per second. So theoretically, they go up to 2000 megabytes per second. And here are some examples of these V4 cards. So OWC Atlas Pro with rated speeds of 1850 megabytes per second read and 1700 megabytes per second write, or this cheap fancier one that I've been using with very similar speeds, or Nova Chips ones, or this Engelbert 1 terabyte card, the newer one, because I also do have the older one of the Engelbert 1 terabyte card that is version 2.0, and the name is exactly the same. So you need to look at this little icon in the bottom to see if it has a number 4 or not. And version 2 cards, so V2.0 cards, so the older cards are slower. These are like literally half of the speed of the faster ones, so up to 1000 megabytes per second. Practically speaking, we see most of them being rated at around 700 to 800 megabytes per second. So that's the way to actually tell the difference when you're buying them. You're either buying the ones that are like 700, or you either buy the ones that are like 1700. But what's the actual difference when you use them? So take a look at this. On the left, I have a version 4 card, and on the right, I have version 2 card. This is a full burst of lossless compressed RAWs. Clearing the buffer, there's literally no difference. The buffer is being cleared at almost exactly the same time. How about maybe compressed format? This is the burst. This is clearing the buffer. And nope, also there's no difference. So why? Because none of the current Sony cameras, including Sony A7V or even A9 III that I personally use, or A1 IIs, can benefit from the speeds of these faster cards, because the CFexpress slot in these cameras is version 2.0 slot. So both faster and slower CFexpress cards will work exactly the same in camera. Is there any point of getting the faster ones then, you might ask? Yes, there is, because you can benefit from that speed when you're offloading your photos to the computer. These cards are also going to be 2 times faster. So if you also have CFexpress Reader that supports 4.0 speeds and the fast hard drive on the other side, you'll get basically twice the speed of copying the photos from the card to the computer. So here is my fastest CFexpress A card, averaging around 1300 megabytes per second, which is super fast. I basically never wait for this process. So copying, like, let's say 74 gigabytes of photos takes under a minute, which would be around 2 minutes on the V2.0 card. So that's the difference between the CFexpress faster and slower cards. But now let's talk about the SD cards before I do the whole judgment and give you my personal recommendation, because you cannot put 2 CFexpress cards in the camera. So if you're a wedding photographer or event photographer or family photographer or whatever professional photographer you are, you need to use simultaneously recording of your RAW files to both of your slots. That's a non-negotiable in my opinion. Some people say just put RAW photos on one slot and JPEGs, just in case on the other slot. I say no to that, because recently I had one of my cards dying on me mid-shoot. Granted, this was an SD card, but it happens. It's a piece of electronics. It can die anytime, and if it happens, I don't want to be dealing with JPEG files because why should I? That doesn't make sense to me. I still want to deliver these photos at the highest quality. I want to edit them the way I edit my photos and so on. So dual RAW recording is non-negotiable. Therefore, we need to use a second slot on A7V and we need to equip this with an SD card. SD cards have basically 3 levels of speed. We can use the V rating for the easiest way to differentiate them. So first we have V30 cards. These cards are very easy to spot because they have just one line of pins on the back because these are UHS-1 cards. Then we have V60 and V90 cards, which are UHS-2 cards. We have 2 lines of pins on the backs, and these cards are faster. So first types of V30 cards are so extremely slow that I personally do not recommend them to anybody. And I still see majority of photographers, for example, coming to my workshops using those bloody SD cards, these super typical SanDisk black cards. Also, if you want to come to my workshop, I have one coming in Italy in October. Check the link in the description. But the SanDisk is very sneaky about like the speeds of their cards and changing the values on the front of the card. So the ones that I have are very old ones, and they used to say 95 megabytes per second. Now they say 200 megabytes per second. So you might be thinking you're getting a faster card, but don't be fooled by that because these are the read speeds only, meaning it's not what makes the difference in camera. Write speeds of these cards are still at 90 megabytes per second, which is like what maybe 2 photos every second saved to your card. How does that look on Sony A7V? Look at this. This is a full burst. This is how slow it is. So you might end up shooting like a few photos here, a few photos there, and your camera just stops working because you need to wait for the camera to record the files to the memory card, which is like painful. And again, I see this all the time. So V30, forget about them. Please save yourself the pain and use faster memory cards. If you go and look at your memory cards right now, just check if they have 1 pins or 2 pins and just separate them and stop using the ones with 1 line. The only SD cards that make sense to use them on Sony A7V and shoot raw images are the V60 and V90 cards. So these gonna vary, you know, like depending on the manufacturer and so on. But the typical V60 card speed is around 150 megabytes per second write speed, while V90 can go up to 300 write speed. But how does that look practically on Sony A7V? Look at this. This is how long it takes to clear entire buffer of compressed raw files. On the left, I have a V60 card, and on the right, I have a V90 card. These are Engelbert cards. As you can see, the difference between the clearing the buffer is not massive. But it's still way faster than V30 card, but the difference between V60 and V90 is not huge. So in my opinion, both V60 and V90 cards, since they're giving a similar results, are a good choice for Sony A7V, with the fastest V90s giving a slight edge, like clearing the buffer slightly faster. And then the read speed, so offloading these cards to your computer, they're usually even closer in speed, ranging between 250 and 300 megabytes per second. So that's the fastest you can get with SD card, which is still 2.5 slower than the slower CFexpress card and almost 5 times slower than the fastest CF Type A 4.0 card. So that offloading speed can be a pain here. 5 times slower than the fastest CFexpress 4.0 card. But that's not over yet. Because here comes the biggest bummer when you're shooting a dual cards on a different type of memory card slots, like on Sony A7V. The same was the case on Sony A7 IV. And that is the buffer clearing speed on the faster card will slow down to the speed of the slower card. So you still have to wait for the slower card to finish recording before you can shoot more photos. So look at this. I'll put my fastest CFexpress card in the slot number 1, and then the slowest SD card in the slot number 2. I'm shooting bursts of compressed raw photos, and the speed of clearing the buffer is identical, which is the speed of the super slow V30 card only. So first, conclusions. then recommendations. Let's piece it all together. Conclusion number one, there is no difference between CFexpress 4.0 and 2.0 card in camera. The difference is going to be only offloading photos to your computer, and the 4.0 card is going to be roughly 2 times faster. Conclusion number two, CFA cards clear the buffer around 2.5 times faster in camera than the fastest SD cards. Okay. 3, V30 SD cards are trash. Okay, these are painfully slow, avoid at all costs. Conclusion number 4, V60 and V90 SD cards have similar speeds in camera, while V90 being still a little bit faster. Both of these types of cards have similar offloading speeds. And conclusion number 5, if you record RAW files to both of your memory card slots, the buffer clearing is only going to be as fast as your slowest card. So you won't really benefit from that CFexpress card being faster in your camera. So based on all of this, and I'm assuming that I'm talking to my peers, meaning professional photographers shooting weddings like I do, or events, or portraits, or sports, or birds, so people using dual card slots to record RAW files simultaneously. The only reason to get CFexpress card for Sony A7V is to benefit from the copying speed back to your computer. There is no other benefits. The buffer clearing is never going to be faster than the fastest SD card unless you use a single slot. So if you care about offloading speeds and you love copying files back to your computer, at blazing speeds as fast as possible, maybe you're on the job, maybe you need to do it as fast as possible, then I recommend getting one CFexpress 4.0 card and you pair it up with a V60 or V90 card in the second slot. My personal recommendation of cards that I used for years on my A9 IIIs, A7R5s, A12s, and now A7Vs are Nova chips. The 1.6 terabyte cards are crazy and amazing value, and I've been using them for almost 2 years now. I also use Engelbert 1 terabyte cards on a daily basis. I use OWC, Atlas Pro, and I do use cheap fancier card. I actually have them on my A7S III filming me right now. Keep in mind, Nova chips cards are the only ones here that work only with the reader, so you need to purchase their own reader in order to copy the photos. All the other cards work with different readers and so on. The only card manufacturer I personally tried and I do not recommend is Pergear. The cards that they've sent me for multiple tests, they were always slower than all the other cards. They were crashing and so on. I have a bad experience. I know many people use them. I personally do not recommend them. But then if you don't care about offloading speeds at all, maybe you leave your cards overnight to copy after the event or something like that. I know many people have workflows like this. Do not even bother spending additional money on getting CF Type A cards. Just get 2 SD cards, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think the difference in speed is in favor for a V90 card. I would much prefer spending more on a better V60 card. And here my recommendation would go to Sony TAF 256 gigs M cards. This has been spectacular. I've used them for years on my Sony A7 IVs without any issues. Now, I do hope that helps. Subscribe for more practical Sony A7V content and make sure to watch this video now where I explain the best autofocus settings for Sony A7V.